Hello and welcome to Joyless Gaming and Injustice 2 ability analysis and looking at, quite obviously, Atrocitus today. Don't really know why, maybe I've just been thinking about cats. And on that, let's look at the first ability, Dexter's Range. Now, this just adds the ability to do a meter burn trait, which you can see costs a bar and the entire trait meter. For an attack that is significantly plus, so it's got its uses. You can sort of do stuff like that from it, not terribly cost effective. But does exist as an option. Damage isn't amazing, but it's very plus. So if you are close to winning and you just want to chip them out or something and willing to spend that to keep yourself plus as well as do significant chip damage, it's an option. Second ability is Regurgitate Rage, which is a Dexter ability as well. Now this replaces the Blood Ball projectile, so it loses the utility of it being a projectile. Obviously, there's because it's short range. But there are cases where you can use it in a similar fashion to the Blood Ball, and it will actually do more damage because the damage over time it adds up to more than the initial 51, well, more than the initial damage. So it does more than twice the damage of that initial hit altogether. But yeah, it adds up to a damage increase in that particular set of circumstances. Next we have Siphon Power. This is down back 3. It replaces Life Drain. As you can see, it doesn't do health damage, it does meter damage. And when it's completed, it gives a bunch of meter to Atrocitus. It drains probably about 75% of a bar, and for Atrocitus it gives him less than half of a bar. Given the difficulty of making sure that this actually gets the full magnitude. Yeah, I don't know, I might stick with Life Drain, but it's something. The ability to reduce how much bar they have for a clash or prevent them from push blocking or what have you is practical in some cases. Then we have Caustic Pool. This is forward down 2. It's another napalm spit. And just like the regular one, it adds damage over time. Except it hits as a low. And when you meter burn, it leaves a damage over time puddle on the ground briefly. It is, however, less safe on block, well, unsafe on block technically, compared to the standard one, but of course the standard one is a high, so unless it jails, it's not going to be safe anyway, and this is a low, so it is an extra trick to throw out with the forward 2 string. You get a couple of overheads. Instead of committing to this, which is really unsafe, you can go for that, which is not as unsafe. It says minus 11 or minus 8 for the meter burn. Lower reward, obviously, because it's just applying a damage over time rather than giving you a full combo. Extra options, if you want them. Then we have Blood Push. Back forward 2. Now this replaces the regular napalm spit. So, you know, you gotta wonder what's the benefit of it. But it does hit mid. I mean, yes, it knocks full screen on hit, but it is actually safe on block and slightly plus if you meter burn it. But it does hit mid, so you don't have to worry about jailing. And you do get some compensation for the distance, because when you meter burn it, there's a much bigger hitbox. But again, it does knock full screen. And it is 2 slots. Did I mention it's a 2-slot ability? It's a 2-slot ability. So... But you can just sort of throw it out on the end of block strings, especially if you don't have Dexstar available. Finally, we have Pillar of Blood, down back 2, doesn't actually conflict with anything. Now it's a short range sort of burst, but it does give you a launch option. When meter burned, and this being Injustice 2, carrying over some things that happened in the first one, the meter burn that launches is also plus on block. Although I assume there's a gap there. Possibly, for armor. It's not going to be the same kind of launcher that you get mid-screen, because you won't be able to get a bounce attack afterwards, because it does knock them away. Actually, in the corner looks like you can't get a bounce attack either. If you like wasting an extra bar. But, yes, aside from the launch, being plus on block is pretty useful. And yeah, that's actually it for Atrocitus. Not many. It's again, like so many characters, a bit of a mixed bag. Yeah, you've got this, which is... As long as you've got bar, this is a brainless option. You just throw it out on block, and you'll be fine. Or get a combo, who knows. But then you have a 2-slot ability to just be safe on block, which is kind of sad, isn't it? And, you know, the Dexstar ones, which are, again, mixed bag, you know, it's just, yeah. So many mixed bags. No characters having all winners, or... Well, maybe some of them do. I forget. I've done so many of these now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know who you'd like to see next. I'm down to the last, I think, 15 now with Atrocitus being done. 15 left. So that'll be the next few months, and I'll be done with these. With only once a week. Anyway, bye for now.